My YouTube updates to date have been rare, random, and mostly tests. I've been thinking about this and wondering what I could contribute, and I think I know what I want to talk about. I know a bit about computer virtualization, virtual machines, stuff related to that. I think I want to use this channel to talk about virtualization subjects. In general, I try and post on Stack Exchange and various places answering questions that I think I can help on. I feel like if I post something and it helps one other person in the world, I think I've done my job. And this is my motivation. I think I just want to try and make virtualization more approachable to people, virtualization a little bit easier. And this is really just a short test to kick it off and see if it sounds okay. I want to talk about some subjects in virtualization, such as good reason to use virtual machines, VM testing software, passing around portable development environments, simulating network computers, running software which has specific OS and host requirements. I do want to talk about Qubes OS, which is my Linux of choice, where almost everything is virtualized and includes templates for Fedora, Debian, and Unix. And I think later I'm going to talk about why I'm a big fan of Qubes. I also want to talk about Red Hat, KVM, QEMU, which is now mostly just called KVM. And I largely just treat this as Qubes, like I do Qubes OS. But I think Red Hat and Ubuntu are winning the war of commercialization of Linux. I think a lot of companies can't quite commit to pure open source solutions. And they like Red Hat since they can buy licenses, support, and have a company that stands behind it. And I can understand that. I think I want to talk some about GPU network and PCI pass-through. This has really become usable in the last couple of years, and there are some benefits to talk about. In virtualization, we get into a lot of weird new terms like IOMMU, SRIOV, DMAR, nested virtualization, lots of other things. Another thing I think is really beneficial and I like a lot is QEMU, which allows us to emulate embedded boards and alternate processors like the Xilinx ZCU, BeagleBoard, and in my new favorite, RISC-V boards. I think RISC-V has a lot of good potential futures. And I want to talk about how to make Windows VMs better, even though Windows is not my favorite operating system. There's a bunch of things you can throw into Windows VMs to make them a little bit better. I want to talk about YouTube channels where I find useful information about virtualizations like level 1 techs. And I want to talk about problems with NVIDIA virtualization, why it's such a hassle, and GPU sharing. So if this test sounds and looks okay, I think I'll try to follow it up with something bigger, like why I like Qubes, the overall view.